Good evening, folks. I'm back again. And the Indiana Fever won their fifth straight game tonight against the Storm. And we're going to talk about the game a little bit because we must. But I got something to share with you right now that you're going to love because I loved it. Hang on. This is Caitlin Clark arriving in Seattle in workout attire, which means her return is closer than we think. Okay. As I've been saying, mid-August, 12th, anywhere between the 12th and the 17th, I believe she will be back. Now, people are of course, in the panic zone because now I get questions today about, is she really injured or is Stephanie White just keeping her out of the game? Look, folks, can we stop? Okay. Can we just step back a little bit? Okay. The Fever nearly blew a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter. The Fever needs Caitlin Clark back on the floor. But right now, they've won their fifth game in a row. They've managed to keep it together. And what this does is give Caitlin Clark the proper time to recover. Okay. It gives her the proper time to work back into regular workouts. Okay. It gives her the proper time to make sure that when she comes back for this playoff run, and they are now in a serious playoff run. All right. They are now the third seed. Okay. That she is not going to go down again with another injury. They have already stated from the beginning of this particular injury that they were going to work towards her long-term health, because this in and out stuff is not helpful to the team or to her as a player. Okay, so let's get a grip. I'm just asking you to get a grip. The other thing that went on in Seattle today, let me show you something else here, was once again, Caitlin Clark, no matter where she goes, this is in Seattle, people just flooding the zone to catch a glimpse of her, calling her name, asking for autographs, little kids, okay? Giving her basketballs to sign, anything. Exciting. They're excited to just see her, okay? And she is, as always, as accommodating as she can be with her fans. She's like the Energizer Bunny of goodwill for the WNBA. And they should really wake up about all of this, because no matter where she goes in this country, she is swamped with adoring fans. Okay. And these are little kids. Okay. These are little kids. Their parents are just as excited as they are. So, again, we are just making the point here that Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA. And they need to understand this, okay? They truly do. So let's talk about the game now. Fifth straight win, not without its moments of doubt, I might add. 12-point lead in the fourth quarter, and they almost coughed it up. And again, I'm sorry. They need Caitlin Clark on the floor, especially as they get closer to the real playoff time. Right now, they're still in the regular season, okay? All of this becomes tougher the further in you get to playoff time, because every team that makes it is going to be playing their hardest, okay? So let's just talk about this, okay? They managed to escape losing because, quite frankly, the Storm missed 4, I believe, wide open 3-pointers to tie the game in the fourth quarter. Okay? Now, remember that yesterday, the Storm played a double overtime game and lost that game. And Nneka Ogwumike, in yesterday's game, scored 37 points and 12 assists and had 12 assists. She is 35 years old. And she had to come back today and play against Aaliyah Boston, okay? Aaliyah Boston is 23 years old, and Ogwumike had no answer for Aaliyah Boston today. None. Okay, maybe she didn't have enough left in the tank, and that's perfectly understandable, okay? And then there's a size thing, okay? Aaliyah Boston, 6'5", 220 pounds. Ogwumike is 6'2", 190 pounds. And like I said, Nneka had a really taxing game yesterday, okay? Double overtime loss, and then they lost to the Fever today. So the Fever with a 12-point lead let them go on an 11-0 run in the fourth quarter. They escaped with a win today. And again, I don't get Coach Parseltongue's management of the team. So today, we had Sydney Colson playing only 7 minutes, no points, no rebounds, no assists. We had Chloe Bibby playing only 6 minutes. She took 1 shot. She had no points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist today. Okay? Lexi Hull played 17 minutes. She only took 3 shots. No points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Lexi Hull is not getting consistent time off the bench, okay? Not like she used to, all right? We had Ari McDonald, who played 3 good quarters, okay? She had played 33 minutes, 9 points, 9 assists, but she kind of tanked in the fourth quarter. Aaliyah Boston, 31 minutes, another double-double, 16 points, 12 rebounds. Sophie Cunningham, 33 minutes, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. A good game for Sophie. Natasha Howard, 32 minutes, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Natasha Howard did what she does best today. She did not bring the ball up the floor. We don't need her bringing the ball up the floor. We do not. She needs to cut to the basket and feed off the point guard. She has done this when Caitlin Clark's been on the floor and has been successful. She was good today. Kelsey Mitchell, I'm going to say it again, should not be running the offense for the Indiana Fever. She is a great shooter, but she's a streaky shooter. Okay, she's been up and down for the last several games. Today, 30 minutes, 9 points, and 5 assists. Kelsey Mitchell is a streak shooter, and she should not be running the offense for the Indiana Fever under any circumstance. Okay? Damaris Dantas today played 10 minutes. 6 points, 1 assist, no rebounds. Michaela Timpson didn't even make the stat list. She got no minutes at all. Okay? I wish she could get some minutes. I simply don't understand how Stephanie White coaches, all right? And I think they're winning in spite of her coaching ability. Now, I think this is a team that has overcome a lot of crap this year. They have had to deal without Caitlin Clark, and they've managed to find a way to pull things out of the fire, okay? And that's a good thing. And when people like Aaliyah Boston and Sophie Cunningham and the other players are producing, what does that do? The more they can do that, the more they open the floor up for Caitlin Clark, because then the whole theory of shutting Clark down and forcing everyone else to win goes away, or it's diminished. They can't afford to focus just on Clark if we can spread this thing out. Okay? That's important to understand. It benefits Clark in a number of ways. It does not put all the pressure on her to carry the team on her back. You know, when players have to do that constantly over time, it wears them down. And you know what? The great players like Bird and Magic, they didn't have to do that. They had great people around them who could score, who could take the pressure off them, who could win if they went down with an injury. And that's the goal here. But I'm still mystified and I'm still uncomfortable with her coaching style. I'm still uncomfortable with her coaching style. And I say they're winning in spite of it. Okay? Now, the next game they have is Thursday, August 7th against the Mercury, and then following that, August 9th against the Sky. But today, I believe they probably benefited from a double overtime loss by the Storm just last night, okay? And to come back today, you know, was probably a tough thing, especially for Agumake, who had to play against Aaliyah Boston after putting her all into it yesterday with 37 points and 12 rebounds, okay? Now, 5 in a row. 5 in a row they've won. Let's see what they can do moving forward. Let's see if they can keep this going and let Caitlin Clark have the time she needs to get back on the court. You know, Caitlin Clark went and got other opinions on what she needed to do to defeat this whole recurring injury thing. The ball is in her court. Nobody is keeping Caitlin Clark out of the game. Do you seriously think if that was going on that Caitlin Clark would stand for that? Because I'm sure she would not. I am absolutely positive that she would not. That is not what's going on here. She still has to get back into the routine, get back into contact practice, and she's taking her time doing it. She has said she will not rush herself back. So let's get off that whole, you know, conspiracy theory bandwagon, and let's deal in facts and reality here. Right now, the Indiana Fever are on a 5-win, no-loss run. That benefits everybody. It benefits the team. It puts them in a better position come playoff time. It takes the pressure off Clark having to be, you know, the be-all and the end-all. We want to build the team around Clark. When she comes back, no one will have a problem playing with her, okay? She knows how to pass the ball, and she also knows how to score. And when Caitlin Clark comes back, she doesn't have to get 40 points. She doesn't even have to be the team's leading scorer on any given night, because I believe Caitlin Clark can have double-doubles in every game, and I've said this a million times. She is a potent force offensively when she's shooting right, and if she's healthy enough, she will be shooting right. I maintain her bad shots have been a combination of her not being able to use her legs and not being able to string together more than 5 games in any one sequence before being injured again. It's hard to get into a rhythm. Shooters need to be in a rhythm. Okay? But what really sets Caitlin Clark apart from every other player is her ability to make everybody else around her better and her ability to involve everybody in the game. And people can feast off her passing. And I'm tired of the discussion of turnovers, as I've said before. Once you have the ball in your hand, you need to make hay with it. She's getting you the ball. do something with it. You drop the ball, the blame goes to her. It's her turnover. You miss a pass, it's a turnover for Clark. That's the way the ball bounces in basketball. And players who handle the ball a lot have more turnovers. That's a lame complaint. Not that Caitlin Clark doesn't work to make sure that she's not the source of those turnovers with bad decisions. She does. So that's where we are tonight. Just a quick recap of the game. Again, I found myself, watching as they carried through most of the game with a 10-point lead. And again, we get to the fourth quarter and it was a near collapse. And that is where having someone like Caitlin Clark on the floor makes the team better. I don't want to hear that they don't need her to win. Right now, the way we look at this is they're winning in spite of not having her. So that's where we are tonight. I will be back tomorrow. I have several things that we want to talk about. I'm not sure which one will be tomorrow, but we will see what the new day brings. I will talk to you later. Have a good night.